Top 3 regrets that I have about leaving my toxic job. So I'm in vacation right now, Turks and Caicos. I'm at the Palms Resort. If you don't know me already, I'm Dr. Kamani. I'm a licensed clinical psychologist and a toxic job survivor that has prepared me to become a toxic job liberator for Black women. So I'm going to share with you the top 3 things that I regret in relation to leaving my toxic job. Number one is that I regret not leaving sooner. I regret that. So I went through so much in terms of fighting people and trying to get clarity and all these different things. But what I didn't recognize at the time was that the whole system was toxic. So the whole time that I was spending trying to get clarity and all that kind of stuff, the game was rigged against me. So number one, I regret not leaving sooner. I have no regrets about leaving that toxic job. Okay, so it's a little trick here. Okay, so I ultimately have no regrets, but these are some of the regrets that I have about not leaving sooner. Okay, so number one, that I just didn't do it. Okay, number two is that I did not believe in myself enough to know that I could replace my income. So I'm a licensed clinical psychologist. Whatever job you have talents, gifts, degrees, certifications, all experience, all these things. You have all these things that allowed you to be able to get the job you have. But you might be in the same position that I was in my head, doubting myself that I could not replace my income, as if that job was the only place where I could get an income. And I think a lot of us kind of fall into this because we like certain things. We like predictability. I know I did. I like getting that check the 5th of every month. I love that. We like predictability. We also have been programmed as Black women that we get a job, we get a good job with good benefits, and we stay there, we stick it out. And I think that's just a generational thing that many of us have been brought up by parents, family members who have taught us that, and we have come to believe that. And so I'm here to tell you and to show you that there is another way. You don't have to stay at a toxic job that's harming you. We have seen the dangers of this. So you don't have to stay there. There's other ways to replace your income. If you're confused about how to do that, then I do have resources to help you with that. So one of those is the Financial Masterclass that I did with Dr. Roche Brown. So Dr. Roche Brown is a financial psychologist and a clinical psychologist like me, and I work with her to get my money together so that I can leave a toxic job. So if you are in that position now and you are saying to yourself, I really don't want to be here anymore, and I really am open to looking at ways that I can replace my income, then check out the Financial Masterclass. So the Financial Masterclass is Get Your Money Right and Leave That Toxic Job. It's a financial masterclass for Black women. So it's recorded. So no one will know that you're trying to get out. No one will know that you're trying to get your stuff ready. No one will know. It's all recorded. There will be no more lives this year. Okay, so it's all recorded. So if you want to get that, check in the description section, get the link, and get in that. Okay. So again, number one regret is that I didn't leave sooner. Number two is that I did not believe in myself enough to know that there were other ways for me to replace my income, because there were. And so I've shared other videos with you about how I did it. You could check out those videos. But if you are in a position right now and you're a Black woman and you're saying to yourself, I'm ready to get out, just show me how, just show me what I need to do, give me the steps of what I need to do, then you need to get in the Financial Masterclass. Get the replay. No more lives. Get the replay of the Get Your Money Right and Leave That Toxic Job Financial Masterclass for Black women. So it's me and Dr. Roche Brown. So again, Dr. Roche Brown, licensed clinical psychologist and financial psychologist. And I can completely vouch for her because she helped me get my money right. And so I was able to leave and do very well. The third thing that I regret is that I didn't exit plan sooner. So you might be in a position watching this video right now, and you might have seen the writing on the wall that this place is toxic. You may have seen the writing on the wall that this job is harming you. You may experience some of the same physical and psychological symptoms that I've talked about in my videos in terms of my own journey, but even my guests, even the Black women guests that I've had on my YouTube channel, you might resonate with them. So if that is you, you are having these symptoms. Let's say You are having difficulty sleeping. You're having nightmares. You're having trauma responses in relation to the toxic job. You might experience things where you're having chest pains, you're having headaches, your stomach is unsettled, your hair is falling out, like what happened to me. You dread going to work. You're crying on your way to work. You're crying leaving work. All these things. Now, I didn't even list all the different symptoms because they might be unique to you. So there's a range of different things that might happen. But if this is happening to you, just as a lot of those were happening to me, there was a writing on the wall. I didn't pay attention to it, and I kept lying to myself. I kept lying to myself. One, they were not going to run me out this so-called good job with the so-called good benefits. And I'm quoting Stephanie Perry. No job is a good job if it's harming you. And if you're accessing your healthcare benefits because of the stress of the job, that's not a good job. So I'm speaking to Black women who already know this. I'm not trying to convince any Black woman. So if you're watching this right now and you feel like I'm trying to convince you, I'm not trying to convince you of anything. You know what's true for yourself. So I'm speaking to the Black women who are saying to themselves, enough is enough. I've seen the writing on the wall. I don't want to live like this. I know there has to be something better for me. I'm sharing with you the how to get out, okay? And the how to get out, you don't need to broadcast to anybody that you're trying to get out. You need to take the intentional steps that you need for yourself, okay? So again, recap. The top 3 regrets I have in relation to leaving that toxic job. Number one, I did not leave sooner. Number 2, that I did not recognize that I would be able to replace my income. I can see it when I was so busy fighting these people. Just like for you, you might be so busy trying to fight people at that job that all your energy is going into fighting these people, that you don't have the energy, you don't have the capacity to think about and start making plans to replace your income, okay? And number 3 is that I did not start exit planning sooner. So if any of these things relate to you, then you're in the right places because I have resources for you in addition to my YouTube videos. So I've met Black women and they come up to me. I was just at the ROI Summit in San Juan, Puerto Rico, and I've had Black women come up to me and they say, I know you. And they made the connection. They watch me on YouTube and they say, I binge watch your videos. So that might be you. So it might be part of the process of getting ready to leave a toxic job. And I'm going to talk about how I walk through the fears of leaving a toxic job because the fears are there. I'm not going to discount them. They could just make you stuck, the fears, okay? So I'm going to do a video about that too in terms of how I walk through the fears. Yet again, if you are a Black woman and you're watching this right now and you're saying to yourself, it may be scary, but it's better than living the life that I'm living right now because I'm living right now my worst nightmare. If that's you, then I'm talking to you, sis. So check out this video, watch it again if you need to watch it again, and check out the resources that I have in the description section. So the resource that I've mentioned in this video was the Get Your Money Right and Leave That Toxic Job Financial Masterclass. It is a replay. It's for Black women. So I wanted to emphasize it's a replay because I heard there were some concerns about Black women joining the live that we previously had. We had 2, actually. We had 2 lives. I had concerns expressed to me that Black women were fearful of participating in the live because other people might find out they're trying to leave. And, many times these jobs are like plantations. So we have a realistic fear of people finding out what our plans are. So I ask you to move in silence. So move like Harriet. She didn't tell anybody what her roadmap was. So you channel your own inner Harriet, you access the resources, and you start making your plans so that you're not sitting like where I was sitting all those years. I just think about how much time wasted, how much more pain, how much more harm did I experience because I was lying to myself and all these other things. Don't want that for you. I don't want that for you. There's another way, okay? So check out the resources that I have for you in the description section. So again, I'm Dr. Kimani. I'm a licensed clinical psychologist. And yes, I'm a toxic job survivor. But more importantly, I'm a toxic job liberator for Black women, okay? okay? So join with me, sis. Bye. See you later.